Good day everyone! I am Marna M. Canyo, your discussant for today's video. Today, we're going to continue the discussion from learner-centered teaching, foundation and its characteristics. And now, let's move on to the philosophical perspective. Under of it is that learner-centered philosophies. And number one is progressivism. Number one is progressivism. It is a student-centered philosophy that believes that ideas should be tested by experimentation, and learning comes from finding answers from the questions. This philosophy values the scientific method of teaching, allows individuals to have their own beliefs, and promotes the interaction of students as valuable to the learning process. Progressivism focuses on the student moral compass. It emphasizes change and growth. This philosophy believes that man learns well through active interplay with others. It also opposes the extreme reliance on bookish method and memorization. As I was the student before in secondary, I also noticed some of the teachers that only teach what is only inside the book. They don't usually explore in the outside world. So the progressivism philosophy opposes those ideas or those method, the bookish method, and also they opposes also the memorization, because there is a tendency that we can forget the things that we had memorized already because of a certain situation. I remember before in my secondary level that our teacher gave us assessment on it's an exam which is all about identification. So we need to memorize the lesson that we have in order to identify the context or identify the answer of that question. And after which the students may forget those learning. So the progressivism or the progressivist believe that active interplay with others can help to develop and enhance the skills, or it is the process or a right way that a children or a student can learn. And we can learn through our questions. Because if we have questions in our life, we tend to find answer about it, and through it, we can learn. Number two is humanism. It is a student-centered philosophy that focuses on enhancing one's innate goodness, rejects the idea of group-oriented education, and upholds the idea of enhancing individual development. This philosophy also believes that students should be actively involved in their educational in all levels, and students should be able to make choices what they will be learning. Humanism rooted on the economic and political changes during the Renaissance period, and it has three main lines of growth. It is intellectual, aesthetics, and scientific. It has also two divisions. The number one division is individualistic humanism. It is the one who make the most out of oneself, living life to the fullest, stresses on the individual freedom, culture, and development. And the second one is social humanism. Social humanism aims for racial rather than individual happiness. It includes social reforms and improvement of social relationships. This philosophy is a human approach to education. It helps students' potential to encourage compassion and understanding. This philosophy focuses on innate goodness. It simply means that we need to recognize our own potential in order for us to enhance our development and to uphold humanity. Number three philosophy is Constructivism. It is a student-centered philosophy that emphasizes hands-on learning and students actively participate in lessons. Constructivists believe that students should be able to discover lessons on their own through hands-on activity because it is the most effective way of learning, and it is considered as through learning. In constructivism, learners construct new knowledge from their experiences. They incorporate the new information into the already existing framework, so they can find answer in it and discover something new. It asserts that reality does not exist outside the human conception. It is us who construct the reality by reflecting on our experiences, and we can give a meaning of it. In a brief way, I can illustrate constructivism as prior knowledge plus the new knowledge is equal to constructivism. So, when you incorporate your prior knowledge to the new knowledge that you had or you recently discovered, and that result of that considered as constructivism, then you can truly make meaning through the things that you had or through the knowledge that you had. And now, can you differentiate the difference between the three philosophical perspectives under the learner-centered philosophy? Well, progressivism focuses on developing the student moral compass, while humanism is about to foster each student to his or her fullest potential, and on the other hand, constructivism focuses on using education to shape a student's worldview. It simply means that progressivism focuses on students' or individuals' moral progress. The second one, humanism, is focusing on the fostering of each student's fullest potential to the fullest potential or their innate goodness. They focuses on how the students or learners would be able to develop their innate skills through and their fullest aspects. Constructivism, the last one, focuses on education as the powerful tool that can shape one's or students' worldview. Now, let us know who are the components or the personalities of these three philosophies. John Dewey, the founder of progressivism, and later known as the father of progressive education, and was the most eloquent and most influential figure in the educational progressivism. Humanistic theory was developed by Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers in the early 90s. Jean Piaget was known as one of the first theorists on constructivism. Its theories indicate that humans create knowledge through the interaction between their experience and ideas. What is learner-centered philosophies? This is a philosophies that focuses more on training individual students. These philosophies place more emphasis on the individuality of students and helping them to realize their full potential. In learner-centered philosophy, we will let our students to choose topics of their own interest, to construct their own knowledge, to move around the classroom, and to have an active involvement. Learner-centered philosophy is one of the most essential philosophy, as a future educator must know. Knowing what the students need, teachers are able and potentially teach students with a higher level of success. In addition, students are expected to have active involvement and move around the classroom. They are encouraged to discover their own potential and knowledge. Teacher is still present in these philosophies. However, they are not the one who will do all the tasks in the classroom. Instead, the learner or the students will have to explore it. So, learner-centered is very essential to every students or to the learners in order for them to experience more and to develop their skills and potentially engage through the other people. And that is all for today. I hope you have learned a lot. Thank you and God bless.